Here's a quick little update on our supply. We're working down the front stack of the pellets. And my inside firewood stack, I had a row down here on the floor. That row's gone. The second row had been at about 6 feet high, and now it is less than 3 feet high. So today's project, I gotta get some more firewood carried in because I like to get firewood out of the basement rather than going outside every day for firewood in the snow. Before I start moving firewood, I need to move the truck. It's in the way of my path to get back to my firewood stack. So let's see, after sitting outside here, we've got ice underneath the snow. We'll do a little test here with the two-wheel drive truck, see how easy it is to get moved. One of the goals here is to get the tarp off the pile without dumping all the snow onto the dry firewood. You can see it's snowing again here. We had clear until the middle of January with no snow, or at least not any snow to write home about. Now we're getting snow every day, which is fine. I don't mind the snow. Yesterday it was -8 when I got up, so we burned more wood obviously when it's colder out. I keep the fire going hotter to keep the basement warmer, which heats the house. So right now when it's cold out, I think we're burning about a half a cord every 2 weeks. This stack of firewood's a mix of cherry and maple. If I take a bed load in the Ranger, that should get me through a week of cold, snowy days. Okay, that should keep us covered up here. Still have the front opened up a little bit for some air to get in, but not too much snow. You can see just in that little bit of time we've accumulated some snow from the snowfall on this wood, so it's a little bit covered with snow now. I'm going to stack it in the front stack in my basement wood pile so I can let it dry out a little bit before I throw it in the fire. My front row of firewood was totally empty, so we'll be able to tell how much one load from the Polaris Ranger gives us in basement firewood. I do this once every couple weeks or so, restock the basement firewood supply. Obviously depends on how much we're burning, and that depends on how cold it is, how many days we're working from home, because when we're working from home I can burn the fire all day long, keep the house warm. These pieces of maple are considerably lighter than the cherry. I tested it all in the wood pile there. It was all below 20%, so I think it's good once we get it inside to sit in the basement a few days. Had a lot of comments in our splitter videos. People say it's a shame to see us using this beautiful cherry, especially woodworkers will say, hate seeing us use that cherry. Like I've responded back in the comments, a lot of the wood on our land is cherry. We don't cut any of it down, but if it does fall down in a windstorm, that's usually what we have the most of for firewood. So I do totally understand this cherry is beautiful. It's got a lot of possible uses. But when that's what we have the most of on our land that falls down, that's what we make into firewood. For some reason the oak seems to stay standing in the windstorms, but the cherry, you know, they grow kind of crookedy and bent. They sometimes get those big like tumor knots on them. I don't know if that's why they fall over more in the windstorms, but definitely the majority of anything that falls over in a heavy windstorm is cherry on our property. The oak and maple seem to mostly withstand the windstorms. So here's the firewood we brought in. We are about 4.5 feet wide by about 2'3" tall. We'll say around 2 feet. These pieces are 16 inches long. These are my normal cut pieces when I'm bucking firewood. So this is just about 1/10 of a cord of firewood, somewhere around 1/10 of a cord. So that's about how much we can fit in the Ranger, stacked just level with the bed height, the whole bed full. I can't make 2 full rows in the Ranger front to back with the wood. 16 inches is too long. I don't have 32 inches of depth. So after that first back row, then I have to switch to stacking them just perpendicular to the rest of the pieces. And that, of course, doesn't let me stack as much. Probably if I opened the tailgate, I could fit some more wood in there a little bit more effectively. But this amount of wood will typically get me through a week. So between these two piles here, we've got 2 weeks of firewood here in the basement, which means I don't have to go outside in the snow every single time I want to refill the fire. I like having some space here in the basement that gives me firewood that I can put down in my slippers at nighttime before bed, and put that wood in the fire without going outside. So I'd like to hear from you guys. How do you store your immediate use firewood? So the firewood that you're going to just throw in the fire. Do you have some type of a rack system? Do you have it outside? Go ahead and leave that comment down below. I love hearing how other people have found ways to more effectively store firewood, haul firewood, and use firewood. Thanks for watching. If you like videos like this, give us a thumbs up, comment down below, share with your friends, and if you're not already a subscriber, you know what to do. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again the next time. If you ever wanted to practice ice skating, a little bit of snow on your concrete floor is a great way to practice.